Hey everyone, how are you guys doing?
Evening all.
Fine evening, Thursday evening. Could you give us a 5x5 and let us know if the mic and everything is working good? I hoping it does. All right, make sure you guys are all in all messages, not top chat. We don't want any top chatters here today.
Coming from the heart of the Republic of Texas.
Yes, and we'll get into. Okay, thank you for the 5x5s, you guys. We're gonna be talking a lot about Texas and some different things, some different situations, some scenarios and stuff. After I say hi to you guys, the thing is, I know not everybody's from Texas. I understand that. In fact, a lot of people aren't. But what happens here in Texas is going to affect the whole country. I mean, even just the border situation is affecting the whole country because they're not just stopping here. They're going to places like New York, California. I mean, just wherever,
In
they
effect,
go.
all states are border states.
Yeah, so basically all states are border states. So we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. First in the house was Country Heat today. So congratulations. Outlaw Farms, Papa's Farm, Coffee First and Speak, Pilgrim, Nostra, Katrinka, Simply Tony, Shannon. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. D, James Trump. You guys are absolutely the best, and I'm really sorry if I missed someone. I'll try to kind of pay attention. QV, Angela, thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, by now you guys all know what is going on. Hey Talon, good to see you. Glad you can make it. I'm here. Did I win a prize?
Our undying gratitude.
Yeah. Actually, what we might start doing is we might start giving away like once a month, like a drawing or a painting or something that we do, just to kind of, give something back to you guys or something. We're still in the works of trying to figure it out and seeing if we can actually have the time to, because drawings, it takes him a little while to draw something,
But
and
I
don't want him to just constantly be having to do it. I'd like to do something too, but my drawing skills are not as good as his. Yes, I'm an artist, but not artists are realistic drawers and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you produce abstract art.
Yes, I do abstract more. So it's just a totally different
And some
kind
of it's kind of
art.
abstract realism as well.
Yeah, I like to put abstractness into my work. So it's not that I'm worse than him. I'm a different kind of artist than him.
Exactly.
And it's taken me a long time, honestly, to realize that. Because I always was like, man, he did such good realism and stuff like that. But that's just a specific kind of art. There's so many different forms, and it's taken me a while to realize that mine is just a different type. And and some people like that kind, and some people like yours. So it just
you don't give
depends.
yourself enough credit.
Well,
I mean, I've been doing pencil drawing off and on, mostly off, but off and on since I was in grade school.
yeah, and I've only been doing art for the last 4 years or something like
I
that.
had
4 or
several
5
years where I
so-
didn't do any art. Then I'd do it for a while, and then I had several years where I didn't. And this last 5 years, I've been kind of hitting it.
Yeah, I have noticed something with art. I mean, the more you do it, just the better you get. Even if you don't think that you have any creative qualities or anything. And I might do a video about that. I was thinking about starting an art channel too and stuff. And mainly for a second channel. It's always good because you never know on here if you're going to get, some flags and strikes and what YouTube's going to do. But, okay, let's get into this. So, most of you guys know, probably all of you guys know, we live in Texas. Now,
I've been living in Texas. My dad was Army, so we traveled a lot. I was in the Air Force, but I've been in Texas since 1985.
I have a quick question for you guys. Can you hear him okay with the mic? Because he's a little far away from it, and I'm not sure how this works. So just let me know if you can hear Rambo speaking too. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear him. Oh, Katrina said, please do an art channel. She would subscribe to it. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. That's gonna be such a big amount of time that's gonna have to go into it. But yes, you can hear. Okay, good, good. Just want to make
Cool.
sure. Okay, so go ahead with what you're saying.
About
But
Texas.
the army, you were in.
Well, it's just that I wasn't born in Texas, but I got here as fast as I could. Plus,
Fort Hood was my home for 3 years. Yeah.
yeah, my dad. I lived at Fort Hood as well. My dad was signed there. He was a Patton tank commander.
Don't. Oh, are you saying coffee first? You said you love us. Don't do art. Are you saying like, if I do an art channel, I'm not going to
We're
stop
gonna
this
do both.
channel. We're gonna do both. And in fact, more of our videos. We're gonna keep doing the lives on Thursdays and stuff. Um. Oh, you don't do
I
art.
don't.
Well, that's okay because the videos that I show you may get you into doing it. They're not going to be perfection videos. They're going to be simple videos and ways for you to get more creative. And I have a lot of things on that too. But you can still watch anyway and still support us anyway. But yeah, we won't be quitting this channel.
No.
That's for sure. In fact, this will be our main focus and we'll be doing more videos. Like I've already been trying to. I put out 2 regular videos this week and 1 short that I put out today. I don't know if you guys saw that, but about the coffee. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out after this live and stuff. Hey Paul, good to see you. Hey little lone prepper, good to see you.
Oh yeah, it's like like I say, we lived in Hood for 2 years. Also, I was stationed at Reese Air Force Base at Lubbock from 77 to 82, and then I went overseas.
Yeah, but like what we were saying is that what is happening here is going to affect everywhere, and whatever Greg Abbott decides to do, if he doesn't back down, which it's looking like he's not going to. Now, I've got some conspiracy thoughts on this a little bit. Just, I'm going to play like devil's advocate here. What if, I mean, it's an election year for Abbott, so that could be why he's doing this now. It's odd timing. Also could be, I mean, maybe he is part of the problem and they're telling him to do this so that we can start fighting each other, so that there might be martial law or something will happen where we can't have an election. I mean, these are just thoughts that I think of, and I mean, I have no idea. If
I'll be right back.
okay, I have no idea if what's going to happen from this. I'm not a fortune teller or anything like that. Sometimes I wish I knew some stuff, but hey, Moon Sprout, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Hey, Okie Khan, glad to see you. What do you do if family doesn't believe that there will be an SHTF? Okay, that's a very good point. It is really difficult to do. Both of us are on board, which makes it easier. I do know there's people in chat and different people that have this situation where spouses or whatever, think that they're wasting money or they're not doing anything. I mean, what I would say to tell them is, it's kind of like an investment in your future. Like you get car insurance on your car. You hope that you never get into an accident, but you have car insurance on it just in case.
Look like you carry a spare tire in your car.
Just in case. I mean, these things you do just in case. And the thing is, inflation's going to keep going up no matter what happens. I mean, people think if Trump gets in there, everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows and unicorn farts and all that stuff. No, it's not. Okay,
No,
he can't.
no one person can save us.
He can't.
Well, the only one person that can save us is Jesus, but no human can save us.
Yeah, and a lot of people are putting too much faith in a man when really you should be putting your faith in God. But I'm not going to talk too much about religion or anything on right now. We do that on Sundays. Hey, Mary Miles, good to see you. But definitely, it's just the same type of thing, just you're hedging against inflation because price is going to keep going up. Mm-hmm. So if you have it, then you don't need to buy it when it's like through the roof and you have to decide, okay, do I get food or do I get gas? roof. Yeah, I can't say roof.
Roof.
I can't say it. Okay. Making fun of me. I didn't even notice that I said it. um, but so that's just a good way, a good thing to do is just, if you're the one that goes grocery shopping, show a receipt from like a couple months ago to a receipt now, and even the prices are quite a bit different. So, I mean, that's a good thing to, show people and stuff. Okay, so back to this Texas thing. You want to go ahead about all the states that are standing with Texas?
The last I saw, and
This is probably going to change.
it's probably, yeah, this is fluid. Let's see, you want to help? Let's see.
Yeah.
Idaho, Iowa, Montana, Utah, North Dakota, Mississippi, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Wyoming, Nebraska, Illinois, and South Carolina have all said that they support Texas.
Yeah. And I guess that's okay. I'm not 100%.
Oh, and New Hampshire.
I'm not 100% sure on the facts on this or not. There's been so much emerging things that have been happening, so it's been changing. But supposedly Texas had until the end of today to decide to back down and let them start doing. And
I don't know what the or else is going to be.
I don't know what
Well, I saw that that Biden was trying to federalize the National Guard, and I think the Texas National Guard thumbed their nose at him.
Yeah, like by the title of this video, it was SHTF. Is it gonna happen in 2024? Like I said before, I can't predict the future or anything, but I can look at the signs and see the evidence for different things. And if you guys do not have your house in check, you don't have your food, your water, generators, just, normal prepping type of stuff that you need, now is the time to do it. I had said previously, like the end of last year, I had said we probably have until election time with this Texas thing heating up. I'm retracting that statement, and I think that it's going to kick off a lot sooner. I'd be interested to know what you guys think about that. But if this happens, this has a very big chance for us to go civil war, revolutionary war, whatever you want to call it, because it's the same thing as what happened at the first Civil War. It was states' rights against federal.
If you read the history books, the way I understood. Yeah, like I say, it's states' rights over federal rights. Lincoln did not want to lose the revenue from the South, so he decided he wouldn't let that stand, and actually did not sign the Emancipation Proclamation till after the war started, after they won a battle.
Come on over, Coffee First. We actually have a spare bedroom if you want to come over and stuff. So, yeah, that's fine because it's possible we might not be able to be moving out. Nothing might be coming into the state or anything. It might just get really bad.
And we got lots of floor space and a lot of yard to put up tents.
Yeah, we have space for tents and stuff too. Or if some of you guys want to come down and stay, and then we can all have a convoy and go down to the border too. I mean, that's a possibility too. So,
and if you got a boat, we're 1 mile from the lake.
Yeah. So I mean, it could be some good times and stuff, you guys. But like I said, I mean, this isn't just affecting us. All these other states are getting involved in this too. And like I said, I don't know what the or if is. See, somebody in, I think it was in Prepper Nation's chat earlier, or maybe it was in Backwoods, one of the two said, I think it was Backwoods chat, they said that that Biden's in a no-win situation. I mean, whatever he does is going to be bad. Either he folds and then he's going to look like a spineless bee, or he does something and goes against Texas and starts something, and then that's going to hurt the Democrats, their re-election campaign and stuff like that. So I'm actually very interested to see how he handles this and what he does and what I guess not what he does, what his handlers and stuff
Well-
tell him to do, because it'll be very interesting to see
If
how he plays it out.
Send somebody down to Texas with guns and tries to move us Texans out of the way forcefully or arrest us. I don't think it'll go well.
Well, and here's the thing too that not a lot of people know that
I think our governor would arrest them.
yeah. I'd have to actually look up which article it is, but in the Constitution, it does say that the government is supposed to defend our borders from an invasion. And the reason that the governor is kind of getting away with this a little bit is because he has declared it's an emergency and that there's an invasion. And so,
Yeah, the federal government is supposed to protect the borders, and the state government says that if the federal government doesn't, and we declare there's an invasion,
yeah.
we have the right to protect our border.
yeah, so Abbott's not doing anything against the Constitution. He's not doing anything illegal or anything.
He's not pushing violence. He's pushing the legality of we can protect our own state.
Exactly. And that's a really good point, is that, you know, hey Kevin, good to see you, buddy. Hey Minute Man, I don't remember if I said hi to you. That's a good point, is that he's not by any means doing anything illegal, even though that they're saying what he's doing is.
Yeah.
It's like we're
it
sworn
goes
to.
back. Do you want the federal government to have all the power, or do you want the states to have all power? When our government was set up, it was the states were supposed to have the power, and the federal had a limited role. One of their limited roles was protect the border.
Yeah, they're only supposed to really be there if like a state declares emergency and needs help from like FEMA or something like that. Then they're supposed to go and help. I guess there was, what was I trying to say?
I'm sorry, I
No, it's fine. I'm getting
disrupt your train of thought.
a little bit. It'll come back to me. But
Well, you gonna do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I happened to be watching. You remember what the guy's name was? Anyways, there's a state delegate from Virginia.
The one that I just named the name and now I can't remember. Nick.
Nick.
Freehold. Freehold. I don't know, something.
From Virginia, and he hypothesized a possibility of what might happen. That to me sounds plausible, as long as Biden doesn't send soldiers, FBI, ATF, whoever, to force the issue. Is that the federal government keeps talking about cutting off federal funding to the states. And Biden would probably cut off federal funding to Texas. Well, what most people don't realize is Texas sends more money to the federal government than the federal government sends to Texas. So fine, the federal government cuts off federal funding to Texas. Texas cuts off federal money going to the federal. Then what happens going to do is
the United States needs Texas.
Yeah,
that's why
we need
they need us more. The
Fed
United States
needs
Texas more than Texas needs them, because we're paying in more than we're getting back and stuff. So, and that's the thing. And that's why they won't let us succeed. I'm pretty sure why they keep putting up. I mean, we've never actually pushed super hard. I think that this might be a stepping block for that, but
it's like I say in the scenario I'm talking about. You don't go straight to secession. You go one-upsmanship. Like I say, the Texas cuts off money to the federal government. So then for the Fed ups it and says, okay, Texas can no longer sell any product to any other state in the United States without the states receiving the product paying a heavy tariff. Then the states that support Texas would say, no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, it's a no-win situation for the government. And, I don't feel bad for them at all because they brought this upon themselves. How long have they had to do something with the border? And instead, as soon as Biden comes into office, he starts taking down everything that Trump worked so hard to try to get done, and started going against it. It's their own fault that this is happening now.
And then Texas would double down and say, all you corporations that are out of Texas, move to Texas. You don't have to pay any federal tax.
Yep, and Texas economy would be booming at that point.
Well, we've got several military installations, Air Force, Army, Navy, oil,
We've got
cattle.
our own grid system. I mean, we've got everything.
Yeah. And then they would probably cut off funding to the states that would not tariff us. Then those states would cut off the federal government to their tax dollars, and the federal government would start being, they couldn't pay their debt.
Well, we can't pay it now.
Well, I know, but they
but yeah,
definitely
it would
couldn't
be
pay
even,
it then.
it would be way
So it'd be
worse.
like one-upsmanship till either the federal government backs down and say, you win, or these 26 states do secede from the union. And the 24 states that stay in the union are going to be in dire straits. And the 26 states so far would be very prosperous and strong.
Yeah, I think it was Proper Nation was saying like if just Texas succeeded and Texas became its own country, it would be like eighth or ninth largest economy in the world. Well, you add those other 25, 26, whatever states to the Texas economy. I mean, we would be our own United States, only bigger and badder and better than the United States.
Plus, not to try to instigate, but like I say, there's several military installations. Fort Hood that has a lot of tanks. But between Texas and Oklahoma, there's 4 or 5 air bases that train pilots for the Air Force. 4 or 5. You got 2 in Texas, Shepherd and Randolph. You got 1 in Enid, Oklahoma. You got 1 in Columbus, and I think they're Davis, another one someplace else. But and let's see, did I say Ohio was behind Texas?
I think you said so, yeah.
So that means 4 of the 5 Air Force training bases are going to be with us, possibly all.
Yeah, I don't think that Biden or Biden's team realizes the severity of this situation and what it means to them. I personally think they need to back off. They need to give us some help. They need to come down here and say, okay, we're going to put all of our forces down there and we're going to take care of this issue. And not even to mention just the people coming through. Like, we don't know who they are. Fentanyl is a huge, huge, huge problem for the United States. There are so many fentanyl deaths every day from illegal bringing it across the border.
Outlaw Farms says Virginia's got a big naval base.
Okay, yeah. And also, the guy that says you will know who I am soon or something. I'm quoting something like that. That I think
You will know my name. You will know who I am.
Yeah,
and he's a known terrorist.
I mean, these are the kind of people that are coming across our border.
Well,
so
also,
if we don't stop it or do something, we're going to be... We don't even need to wait for one of these other countries to attack us. The
well,
people
also,
that have come into the country, have infiltrated us, are going to get us from the inside and stuff instead.
well, I just thought of something. I'm not instigating violence. I do not want...
And our disclaimer is up that this is for just educational and informational purposes only.
This is just wargaming. What if?
Yeah.
But you know how Biden said, threaten us with F-16? You know what these states that are behind Texas, you know what's in those states?
F-16s? No.
ICBMs.
Oh.
There's where we have all our ground-launched intercontinental ballistic missiles.
I don't even think he knew what he was saying when he said that, though.
No.
Honestly, but
we'll one-up your F-16s with nukes.
yeah. I honestly don't think he even knew what he was saying at that moment. It was just a random thing. I think it had something to do with he was talking about taking our guns 5.56 away from us or something, and the ARs, and he said, "Well, I'll just give you F-16." I'm like, I don't even know. It didn't make any sense. But then
Yeah, you can't fight against F-16
make
with AR-15.
Yeah, I don't even know why he said that. Hey, Ed, good to see you. Glad you could make it.
And reiterate, AR stands for Armalite Rifle.
Yeah, I was watching a little short of some lady and stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, we need to get rid of those what did she say? The assault rifles." And he's like, "Well, what do you consider an assault rifle? Like an AR or what?" She goes, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, it says assault rifle right in the words." I'm like, "That's not."
Armalite Rifle.
It's amazing how many people think AR stands for assault rifle. It has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the guy that made it, isn't it?
With the
kind of the company or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, and the guy that invented the AR-15, I wish I could remember his name because Stoner. That's funny. His name is Stoner.
Oh, really?
His last name?
Okay.
Like, really, Stoner? That kind of has a different connotation from what I've heard.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to read chat here a little bit. I don't have it large enough, so I'm like trying to lean forward and see what you guys think about this. But what do you guys why do you think that this happened right now? Are you guys kind of thinking the same things that we are about this, or do you have a different opinion or anything? Because I mean, these are just things that I've thought of and stuff. It doesn't mean that we're right or anything. If you guys have a different opinion or what's going on, let us know and stuff. I mean, that would be interesting.
It's like,
hey, Paradise Acres, good to see you.
I've heard of horror stories of people that are close to the border, and I was just been thinking it's just a matter of time it gets that way here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, WF. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're trying to ban coffee now.
Yeah.
So that's just great. A lot of those actually wonder what would happen then with the ATF and all those three-letter agencies would be disbanded. Like they'd pull them all apart at that point and not.
They definitely need to clean house.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, even after all this were to happen, they need to have, like, if we had two separate United States, let's just say two separate areas, we'd need to start completely all over with people in Congress, Senate, President, all that stuff. And we'd also need to impose term limits and things like that, and really need to be on them harder about doing illegal activities and stuff. Like, they shouldn't be getting away with it. Like, look at the Biden family and stuff. I mean,
I need to get a gray hat and I need to get a Texas flag.
Yeah, that's something you guys could do to support. Is everybody put up a Texas flag in your house or like outside or whatever? Show your support for Texas. That would be something good. And like I think John was saying earlier today, one of the two. I'm confused which one I was listening to, but about doing like care packages and things like that.
Yeah.
Do different things. If you can't actually go down to the border, I mean, obviously not everybody can. You've got jobs, you've got different things. You can support in other ways and stuff like that. So, I mean, just check into doing some things. Also, let your governor know that, you stand by Texas and stuff, and you want to make sure that they're standing for it and what they're going to do and stuff like that. Contact your local agent, your local government and stuff like that, and see what's happening. Coffee, what happens to me, to my name. Guess you have to pick a new name, Coffee. Oh. Hey, Misty, good to see you. Drive careful.
I mean, right now we're defending the homestead, but if Abbott does a call to arm, I might either go to the border, or they might need aircraft mechanics again.
Yeah, there might be something that we would do. I think the border is like I mean, Texas is a huge state, you guys.
Yeah, I looked it
I
up.
mean,
It's 7
it's
over
like
a little over
it's
7 hours from
almost
here.
8 hours from here to get down to
One way
there.
was 7 hours and 17 minutes, and one was 7.5 hours,
Yeah, so it's like 7 to 8 hours or something.
and that's
So
without regard to traffic.
yeah, so I mean, and if a lot of people are going down there, it's probably going to be traffic and stuff. But yeah, I've just been I'm going to be praying about it and seeing, because I don't want to act if that's not what I'm supposed to do. So I need to listen to God and see if that's the path that He's putting us on. But if not, I want to definitely do something
Yeah.
to help, since it's our homeland. It's where we're at.
Well, we'll definitely protect our property, and we could maybe send care packages to people down that are on the line.
Yeah. Whoops.
I got
Chat
a
is jumping. Okay, now I understand what people are saying about chat jumping and stuff on them. Never really understood that. I'm like, I go to pick up a comment or something, and then it's like a different one comes up. I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Yep. Remember the Alamo?
Yeah.
I got a new toy yesterday. Oh, yeah, out there.
Coffee first, you will be banned then too. uh, Yep, definitely pray for discernment. Because like I said, like I don't know 100% if it's like me putting these ideas in my head or something, or if it's God that's trying to put this upon me. So, I need to definitely try to figure it out and figure out where the voice is coming from. That's something that is very hard for me sometimes, is I'll get something in my head and I'll be like, well, God's telling me this. And then really, no, He's not. It's just something I made up in my mind that I think is happening. So I have to be really careful with that. So I'm sure you guys probably the same way. Everybody needs to be careful, know what's happening. Minuteman says Rambo's always whipping something out and showing it on camera. Yeah. All right. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? Anything else you think that's going to happen? That's going to pop off here? I was a little concerned about World War III going hot this year, but I mean, that's still a possibility.
Oh, there's so many things that could happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are way too many situations that could happen this year. So if you guys could take a minute to, if you haven't given us a thumbs up yet, that'd be great. And if you're new, if you haven't subscribed, please do that and share out the video. It helps the channel. We're trying to grow. And also, if you're watching this later, or even you guys in the chat now, come back after the video is done and put in a comment, like some things to remind people what they should be working on right now, like stocking up on, and different things like that, because some occasionally new preppers will come across the video or something like that, and that's why I'm trying to work on like a new series geared kind of towards newer preppers. Hey Joel, it's good to see you. Because sometimes they'll come across a video from someone, maybe a bigger creator or something, that's telling them, oh, you got to buy this and this and this and super expensive things and stuff like that. And that's definitely not where they should start. And then a lot of them are like, okay, I don't have the money, so I guess I can't prep and stuff. So, I mean, and that's a big thing, is I think people are just like, I just don't have the money to do it. And it can be expensive, but if you think about it, it could be saving you money in the long run too. If you just get things that you eat, get extra at a time.
Especially when you consider inflation.
That's what I was trying to get at, is that with inflation, I mean, you could be saving. We might spend a little bit extra now, but then you won't have to spend as much when the price of it's gone up $1 or $2 or something like that. So if you guys could just leave some comments and stuff about different things to let people know what to start on and stuff. But my biggest thing is make sure you got your food and your water. If you don't have a lot of water, because water is hard to store. Hey Sophia B, good to see you. If you don't have a lot of water, because it is hard to store, make sure that you have, hold on, let me pull up that comment so I can see it in a minute. Make sure that you have like water filtration and things like that, so you can at least filter water. Before the end of the Civil War, the enemy will try to invade with the sleeper cells that are now here, but we still fight them off. So World War III will kind of happen. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been waiting for the sleeper cells to become active.
Yeah. And here's another thing I didn't bring up earlier. And I don't know. I mean, it's maybe this is all a distraction. Maybe there's something else that's about to pop off, but everybody is talking about the border and what Governor Abbott is doing. And it seems like they try to do a lot of distractions. Like, watch this, this is what's going on, but then they sneak something else in here that you just don't know. And maybe that could be something that's happening too. Like I said,
Beware of a false flag, black swan.
Yeah, I don't completely trust Abbott. I mean, I don't know his motives for doing this. And that's one thing that's kind of big is what exactly are his motives? Why is he doing this? Is it honestly because he's had enough and wants to do something about it? Or does he have an ulterior motive? Which a lot of politicians, and he's a career politician, a lot of politicians have ulterior motives for doing things. And we've just learned that. We've learned that. We've seen it all over the place. So, I don't know. Hey, the Virginia Bushcracker, good to see you. Let me read from here. I think the distraction has started civil war in order to not have the 2024 election.
I think so too.
I completely agree. That's why I said at the beginning of the video is that they're trying to figure out a way to not have an election.
They're going to try anything and everything they possibly can.
Well, they know that they can't steal it this time, so they're going to have to come up with something more creative and something else to do.
And
hey, Ed. Oops, good to see you.
And all this must come to pass because God says it does. Just saying.
Oops. And you guys, I believe, hey, Steve Perry, good to see you. I believe we are going to have on Sunday afternoon another live stream with Bama Ginger. And we're going to be talking about misunderstood Bible verses. I don't know the exact time. I think it'll be around 12:30 Central Time. It'll be
y'all healthy now?
First. Yeah, I talked to her earlier. So It'll be after Coffee First live stream on Sunday. So just to give you guys a heads up about it, it should be, we were going to do it last week, but she had not been feeling well. So hopefully we'll be able to do it. The Bible says the eagle will fall.
I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, sickness or war, either will work for their agenda. That's something else too, is with this new, I don't know the whole details about it. I didn't do the research on it because I wasn't really going to talk about it. But the whole new disease that they've got that they're working on in mice or something, humanized mice. I don't even know what humanized mice is, but that has 100% fatality rate. Okay, maybe this is a stupid question or something, but why do they even have to mess around with these kind of things in labs? I mean, what is the point of it? We already know that the other last thing that we had did not come from how they said it did. We know it came from a lab. Well, and there's been many different ones that have come out of the C country and their labs. Sorry, I've already said way too much on this live stream. I'm trying not to get flagged.
Well, it's kind of like the polar cap that's melting, supposedly, and that they've uncovered a zombie virus, and they're doing a gain in function on it.
Yeah, why are they doing all this stuff? I mean, what is the purpose for it? I know what the purpose for it is. It's depopulation. That's what they want to do.
Oh, yeah.
They've admitted that much, that they're trying to do that. But it's like these labs should be destroyed and not, I mean, they say that they use this to help make, like they've got anthrax and all these different place things in these labs and stuff.
There's lots of
And
chem labs in Ukraine.
yeah, and I just don't understand why they need all this stuff right now, because it seems like it's doing more bad than good. Like, they're not finding cures to cancer or anything like that, and instead they're just
At least
mixing
they're
stuff
not
up.
telling us about
Well,
cures to
okay,
cancer.
they're not telling us that. And instead they're mixing up, whipping up all kinds of crap that is leading to more sickness and pandemics and stuff. Explain that to me, because
Yeah.
I obviously don't understand what is going on. Yeah, Pilgrim, I agree. It's evil. Oops, did I pull the right one? These things are just. This chat is jumping all over the place on me. I'm like trying to grab them and it's moving around. Hey, Dynamite, good to see you. Glad you could make it. God bless Texas.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good point, Paradise. Cancer cure would cut their profit margin. I mean, they don't want to be able to fix something,
right.
so that's why they're not telling us. They might have already figured out. Well, didn't Biden say when he was in office he was going to cure cancer?
Yeah.
Didn't he
And I
say
didn't believe
that,
it.
or am I imagining
No,
it?
he said it.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, the medical complex does not want healthy people.
well, it's
They
the
put them
same-
out of business.
It's the same reason why they don't want people to know about herbal remedies and different things like that, because then it's going to put them out of business, like pharmacies and things like that, and all the, where they, it's just big pharma. They're going to be
Well,
out
it's
of
like
business.
they come up with cures, miracle cures, supposedly, and anecdotal. They cure people, and the FDA says no. You've got to go through 20 years of clinical trials before we can even think about putting it into humans. And then look at the COVID shot, how fast it get pushed through.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is an experimental cure, so insurance companies won't cover it.
Yeah, he is just for the elite. Yeah, that's possible too. I mean, it could be that the elites are getting all this. I mean, well, let's talk about that for a minute. Why are all these elites, multimillionaires, billionaires, and stuff building bunkers and buying up land and all that? Obviously, they know something that we don't know. Well, we do know something's been coming, but why bunkers and stuff? So,
Why did the Obamas say that there would be flooding with global warming, and then they bought a mansion in the Hamptons that would be flooded?
Well, yeah, it's because that's just a scare tactic and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and that's what they try to do. Everything is a scare tactic. If we're scared, then we can't think rationally, and we can't realize that what they're feeding us is a bunch of BS. That's the big thing. Yeah, it's a government coup.
My main thing is to tell Biden to pound his hand,
Yeah.
kick rocks, be on your way.
Yeah, because they're creating the chaos. Yeah. to hide from ticked off mobs. Yeah, that could be too. They know that their time is coming, and a bunch of us are gonna rise up and get ticked off. Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah. What else do you guys want to talk about today before we end this live stream? Make sure you guys, I think Vision Preparedness is going live after ours. I think Native Voice is going live too. So if the mods could put their links up in there, then that would be wonderful for me. Thank you very much. And you guys go check them out. Also, anybody else in the chat too, post your links, you guys, and stuff. And we all need to help support each other. Is your governor going to stand strong? It's
It's
looking
appearing
like it.
so. I hope he sticks to it. I hope he sticks to his guns.
Yeah. You came in towards the end, Dynamite, after we had just talked about all that and stuff, but it looks like he's going to, and I hope so, because I think many other states are gonna stand with Texas, if Texas will show them that they're serious about it this time. Because Abbott has flaked many times on different things, but this is the most that I've seen him, the most action I've seen him do. And like I said earlier, could because it's an election year for him. He wants to make sure he gets reelected, although I don't know who's running against him. Do you?
No. It's Kennedy's against
Abbott.
Right? Oh, Abbott. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not sure what his reason for this is now. It just seems really suspicious. But like I said, it's an election year for president. It's an election year for him. There's a lot of things that could be happening right now. And the biggest takeaway that I want you guys to get from this is that things could go south very, very quickly. And what I mean is we could be fighting each other, shots could be fired, militia could become, there are so many variables and so many different things that could be happening. So basically keep your heads on a swivel.
Well, it's like I was saying that I've been an aircraft mechanic on Air Force jets my whole adult life. If Texas or CSA needs me to become an aircraft mechanic again, I'm going to say, okay, make me a master sergeant.
Yeah, Dynamite. We went over a list of states that stand with Texas, and Virginia was on the list. I think there was how many? 26?
25 plus Texas.
Plus Texas, so 26. So I'm hoping that everybody sticks their guns and does it, because the United States government has had enough time to remedy this situation. It really has.
Oh, more than enough.
Plenty of time. And it's just time. If they won't stand up for the Constitution, if they won't protect us, then somebody's going to have to.
Uh-huh.
That's what their job is.
They're worried about Ukraine's border, but not ours.
Mm-hmm. Well, and all these politicians and stuff, that are so against doing a border, saying that it's evil and cruel and stuff. How many of them have private fences and walls all around their houses and stuff so people can't,
And something I thought about, okay, we close the border in Texas. I think Arizona will close their border. I'm not sure about New Mexico.
Good night, Pilgrim.
I'm not sure about New Mexico, but say New Mexico closes the border. At that point, there's only two places, California and Canada. So all you people in the states to the north, think about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that we could have a convention of states now.
Yeah, I would think so. I think most of these other states, even though they're saying they stand by Texas, they're waiting for Abbott because he's the deciding factor of what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
So they're waiting to see if he folds or if he, stands. And like I said before, you guys can do some stuff too. Whatever state you're in, you can contact your local politicians and people.
Yeah, light up the phone lines. Light up the phone
Let your
lines.
governors know. If everybody called and said we stand by Texas, something needs to happen or whatever. If enough people do that, just don't think that your voice won't be heard, because if they get overwhelming calls and letters and emails and stuff, they're going to be like, okay, we got to do something because it's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Thank you so much, Chris Marie. You have a great night.
I'm thinking about contacting the Texas National Guard just to have a little conversation.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt just to contact people and stuff. Non-compliant, civil disobedience.
I will not comply.
Yes, Abbott needs to stay strong. I'm just hoping that he does and he doesn't fold. Like I said, I think we'll know a little bit more in the morning about what's going on, because I think it was the last I had checked. He had until today to tell what he was going to do, and I hadn't heard that he had made any comments about backing down or anything. So we'll see what happens in the morning. Probably more we'll know by then.
You know that General Robert E. Lee and Grant both graduated from West Point, and Lincoln asked Robert E. Lee to be the leader of the Northern Army, and Lee says, I cannot
Good night,
fight.
Katrina.
And Lee says, I cannot, my state has seceded, and I will not fight against my state.
Yeah, well, let's hope that we get some of that mentality in here too. Yeah, there's 30 million combat veterans ready to party. Yeah, that's the
Oh, yeah,
thing.
what I was going to say before, I think there's more people in Texas that have hunting license than most standing armies.
Well, I mean, honestly, with all the gun, I mean, I think Texas has more guns in their state than almost all the other states combined. I mean, probably not that much, but there's
Probably.
a lot of guns in Texas. So,
And most people have more than one
exactly.
and know how to use them.
Yeah, he was top of his class.
Yep. He was brilliant.
Yeah, I doubt that he will back down. At this point, he's backed down from different things before, but it never got to this heightened amount.
He's got
so
a
I
safe
don't-
face.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to back down at this time. I really don't. There was no reason for him to start this if he didn't plan on finishing it. And
I don't think he thought
if he backs down, that's not going to look good for him to get reelected as governor either.
Well, I didn't think he didn't think that Abbott would stand up to him.
Who, Biden didn't?
No, yeah. Or
Yeah.
the people that are controlling Biden.
Yeah. I think that it just kind of surprised them all. So
They probably had to wake him up from his nap to tell him what was going on. And they probably had to tell him more than once.
less than 1% of Americans hunt.
I think that percentage is a little higher in Texas.
Yeah, I think Texas has a higher percentage of hunters, I believe, but just because you have a hunting license, or if you don't have a hunting license, don't mean you don't have guns. So.
Well, it's kind of like,
but-
I don't hunt. I did hunt quail, and I did skeet shoot, so I know how to shoot at a moving target.
Yeah, that's a really good point. If he does back down, it was a huge distraction. So, like I said before, could this be a distraction or something? Unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait and see how this plays out either tomorrow or over the weekend, Monday. We'll find out shortly, but things are going to get hot. So, regardless of what happens, things are going to get heated up because I think a lot of Texans and other people in other states, they want Abbott to do this. And if he backs down, they might start something against the government or something themselves. There might be smaller like militias or something that are starting something because Abbott riled them up. So I don't know. The best thing to do is just keep your preps. Keep prepping. Make sure you have everything you need because this year is going to be a really bumpy ride. So hold on.
Like I was a crew chief, F-111s. I was a Cold War warrior. I never saw action, but I did qualify with the M16. That was badass.
Well, yeah, that's kind of a point that I was thinking. Both Abbott and Biden are in a position where neither can back down. That's why I think it's going to get really heated up because if Biden backs down, then the Democrats are going to get rid of him. He's going to be booted out. He's not going to have any chance in the election or anything. He can't be a weakling like that. If Abbott backs down,
and
then
he won't be governor
could
anymore.
Possibly, nobody's going to vote for him for governor because they want.
He backs
to
down.
do
I'm
this.
not voting for him for governor.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people wouldn't. So this could get really interesting really fast. Is all I'm saying. So just everybody, please be careful
But
out
neither one
there.
of them have a option for saving face, other than Biden starting World War III, and then everybody will band together and
That could be an option too, because maybe he's like, okay, well, I can't do anything about this. If I somehow start World War III, then that can get this off my back for a little bit, and we can take care of that. And wars, except for a civil war, but world wars usually mean more money for the
Well, it's
economy
kind of
and
like
stuff.
the
there's
Houthi
that.
rebels in Yemen have declared war against the United States. We have too. We just haven't put it into words.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, whatever happens this year, I think things are going to start heating up really fast. So, just everybody be
Pray.
careful, be safe, prep up, pray up.
Yeah.
You know,
Prep your soul, prep your food, prep your security.
and prep your mind
In that order.
too. And prep your mind. Be able to mentally handle what is coming. Because that might actually be the hardest thing for most people to get prepped. It's a free thing; you just work on it, but it's difficult. Everything else, just costs money. That's it. But prepping your mind and your soul are big ones. So.
That's cool, Outline Farm. He's my mom's client was the designer of the trigger for the M16.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Texas probably has 5 million combat veterans. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit. Okay, you guys. It is about 7:00.
Oh wow!
Here, so,
time flies.
Yeah, actually, I was just looking down. I'm like, wow, I can't believe we talked for that long about this. But
well,
I mean, this is a topic that's really dear to our hearts and close to us because we're actually in. Okay, we're not in the middle of it. We're northeast.
Yeah.
We're not on the border or anything like that. So we're not like really seeing it firsthand. But it could potentially get up into here, or we might go down and do something down there. So I don't know. But you guys just remember, just get your stuff. Do what you can do with what money you have. Don't go spend, taking out loans and stuff to think that you need to. And charging up all your credit cards and stuff just because you think things are going to heat up, just do what you can and just be smart about it and stuff. But
yeah, I'd say the only reason why we're not at the border right now is because we have children.
Yeah. If we didn't, we would be down there because I still have to figure out what we would do about them. So
if we could have a beaverine come here and watch the kids, if we could go down south.
Yeah, we'll see. All right,
well, I'm just hairballing.
Yeah, I know. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. And we will talk to you in the next one. Stay safe out there, and God bless you.
And like one of my t-shirts, be the warrior God wants you to be.
Yes. Amen. All right. Talk to you guys later.